But yeah, let's get into this series. It's Flipside NRG Grand Final of $100,000 Rocket League LAN. Already eliminated from this tournament are TSM, who are they won E-League. They're already eliminated. Cloud9 are out. Flipside, I've already dealt with them. G2 are out at the hands of NRG. And Dignitas are also out at the hands of G2. So there's pretty big teams already eliminated from this tournament. And also a pretty clear top 6 as well for the world starting to appear, as G2 now looking good again for a change. So yeah, we're not going to pause too much here because I know that most of you guys don't or want to just watch this free flow. So we'll try and just do this as fast as possible. Talk about things quickly so we don't need to do too many pauses. Now the things to note, or the main thing to note right away that some of you will have noticed, that's a really good bump off the ball here by Fireburner. But yeah, the video is slightly behind audio. Is it? Maybe I'll just mute this. We don't really need the audio. I mean, I'm not really listening to the casters anyway. Don't usually have streams on mute. This is mostly how I watch Rocket League these days. The next big Rocket League tournament is DreamHack Leipzig, which is going to be next month. But I was going to mention, so you guys who have not really been paying attention to this tournament that happened last weekend and are now noticing the players on stream right now, you'll notice that Yukio is not playing for Flipside and that Speed is. So Speed is just recently a player who got promoted into the RLCS with his teammates Ronicky and Tadpole for Red Reserve. They dominated the rival series in Europe last season, so they were the first team to qualify through. And whether or not this is a roster move or just a loan is yet to be seen. But yeah, Speed filled in for the hole that was made when Yukio left the team. So Yukio joined Dignitas to replace K-Dop, who joined Vitality, replacing Pashi. This big old switch up in Europe. A lot of misses here in the back wall by both teams. It's a bit curious. It looks like Speed just had no boost here in goal, or not much boost. Good finish by Fireburner, but you wouldn't expect such a free shot there in this kind of high-level game. But yeah, I've not actually seen this match yet, so this isn't me reviewing content that I've already seen in the past. This is the first time that I've seen this game, or these games. I do know the winner, and I saw the results, but I don't know what exactly happened in these games. My prediction for the tournament winner before this started was NRG. I just had a feeling that they were going to do well at this tournament. They clearly did do quite well, but this is them in the finals against Flipside Tactics, who are having, this is already their best result of the entire past year, making a grand final of a major. That's better than they've done in anything else. They've had a few top 6s, and did they even get a top 4 somewhere? I swear they just had 5th and 6th all year. But here they are, actually making a grand final, so well played to them. And with a stand-in player, Speed, who I've heard did most of the carrying, so that is something I'm looking out for. I want to see how well Speed performed throughout this entire series. It's interesting to me because when Yukio joined Flipside at first, he didn't really play that well. That's actually just a bit of a whiff by Mystic. Garrett G with another goal for NRG. Perfect. Flipside defense is a perfect mix of luck and skill. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye out for that. I'm not sure what you mean by this. But yeah, the Flipside guys, when they first got Yukio on the team, they didn't gel immediately, really well. At least in important competition, they didn't. Yukio was a bit quiet, and it's only more recently, into the latter half of 2018, that he started to really play very well. And that's why Dignitas picked him up, is because he looked like the best player on this Flipside team. So when I heard that Speed was going to be filling in, I didn't think he was going to be able to do as much as he actually did. I wasn't sure if Cux and Mystic would be able to bring the best out of Speed, but by the looks of things, they did exactly that. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for that as the series progresses. For the most part, this game 1 has just been really good, spread out at the halfway line by NRG. You'll notice that there's rarely an entire squad of NRG on one side of the field. They're just trying to block clears on the right and the left at the same time. And the other advantage of doing that when you have like a good spread, you're not all piling up on one side of the field, is it's much easier to steal boosts in multiple locations from the other team's half. And that's, I think, this is probably just the best way to, keep on pressuring a team. It's just straight up more pressure than if you just box everybody up on one side of the field. So if we do see Justin on this left-hand side of the field with Fireburner behind him, you can almost guarantee that the third will be like ready to move over on the other side. This is one of the interesting things about playing third man in Rocket League is you've got a lot of options actually. You don't have to be in one location. You just have to be far enough back that if a hard clear or a long shot does go over your head, you can catch it and you can actually intercept it before it makes it into your net. So another pretty easy save for NRG. Flipside have struggled in game one to get too much working in offense. But I must say I was really impressed when I saw that NRG dominated this game one. I saw the scores. I didn't see the games, but I saw the scores for this. And I saw the dominating win. I thought to myself, this is probably just going to be an NRG series win. And I, put the Flipside wins up until this point a little bit down to the fact that they were playing against some teams that didn't have their full rosters. And then the one win that I was very impressed with was their win over Cloud9. But that's been kind of a 50-50 matchup in the past, so it's not all that surprising seeing Flipside beat Cloud9. They've taken series off each other in the past. The one time that NRG did meet Flipside before this, they beat them pretty easily. I think it was it 4-1 or 4-0 in Gnarly 2. That was the loser finals. Flipside made top 3 there. When is RLCS and RLRS? You don't understand how it works. Well, RLCS, I don't know if they've announced the start of the next season, but I've heard rumors that there's only going to be one season this year. Don't know if that's true because the person that told me wasn't anyone who worked for Psionics or RLCS or anything. It was just somebody who mentioned it in passing. To me, that kind of makes sense. I would love that, to have one RLCS a year and just more other majors like this one. It's cool to watch these, but we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do. NRG lost all their momentum to post shots. Okay. 4-1, yeah. NRG beat Flipside 4-1 the last time that they played in a major tournament, I believe. They didn't play against each other at E-League, did they? Don't think they did, at least. Have you watched the C9 one? No, yeah, this is the first one that I've watched. I'm going to pause here. This is a really good crop, isn't it? I think they've just literally taken screenshots of the scoreboard, pasted it in here really quickly, and they've just chopped the top half of the logo. This one's a bit low along the bottom. Love this. Just try to really quickly crush out this screenshot. But yeah, game one, NRG looking very, very clean. Flipside with a few whiffs and honestly pretty bad boost management by the looks of things. It didn't look like they were able to really contest for a lot of the balls in the air around in their half especially, and that to me would suggest that they are getting boost starved and they're not doing that good a job to manage their boost. It's like this little headset adjustment for speed here. Get that close to your mouth, mate. Come on. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about here. We're just gonna fast forward. Blah 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 blah. Okay, here we go. I did notice that one of the games earlier in this tournament is they joined in 30 seconds late, so good to see the grand finals is actually being shown from start to finish. Were there any crazy goals this series I need to keep an eye out for, or was everything pretty standard stuff? That's just 2 whiffs in defense for Flipside. This is not a good start at all, and that is a nice shot. Is it? Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. I said I wasn't going to rewind too much, but what? How does this not go in? Let's go back and watch this. Let's go back and watch this whole play, actually. We're not going to rewind too many times, so we need to see this. The Speed actually just completely whiffs the ball here. You'd think he would be able to get that clear. Missed it, completely whiffs the ball. You'd think he would be able to get that. And, yeah, then Speed also pre-jumps, doesn't make contact. Cux somehow gets a save here. Pretty lucky for Flipside there. Pretty lucky that they hung on. Not the best defense to start things off. 2 complete whiffs for no reason. You remember this game? It's a rough one. Speed, keep an eye on Speed. Okay, we'll keep an eye on Speed. So this game is supposed to be a rough one. I mean, the fact that Fireburner didn't score there is pretty unfortunate. That's not the best start. But it's mostly just the same as the last game so far, with Flipside not being able to contest for a lot of these balls because as you can see, there's just not enough boost on all three of them. This is 12 boost Cuxer now. They're just hunting for any pads that they can find. It's really not working. Piling up as well. This is actually something that Cux used to be really good at way back in the day. I feel like the old OG Flipside tactics, you know, Season 1 Flipside, were one of the best, like, just teams at scrapping for the ball. And I think it's something that you become better at as a player when you're good at 1v1. You're good at these, like, awkward little scrappy situations. Okay, finally Flipside get out of their half. And we get a chance to do something. Okay, that's not a bad idea by Speed here. Let's back this up and take a look what he tries to do, actually, because he had a decision here. So he tries to pass it to himself off his sidewall, and he gets ball chased on by Garrett G. When you try this in your own games, it's a really, you know, good thing to be able to do, to pass the ball to yourself off a sidewall like that. These days, the general metagame that I've noticed is that the attacking player will try to make a read. They'll try to go up for the ball before they're 100% sure which direction it's going to go in. So you as a defender, you kind of have to do the same thing. You don't have the luxury of waiting anymore, seeing what the bounce is going to look like and then going for it. You just have to try and make a read because the other guy's going to do it. The other guy's going to do that, and if you don't, you're just going to get beaten. You don't even know the luck is just beginning. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens to the rest of this game too. See more luck, hopefully. I've not seen anything yet that, you know, I would write home about, but maybe there is more to see. Yeah, not the best touch here by Speed again. This is actually the second time this game that Speed has just been a little bit too far up the field, and he has to go for the ball at an awkward angle. We'll see if that's a okay. That's I was gonna say we'll see if that's a continuing trend. Well, there's another pretty close to goal situation. Nice block on the outside by Justin. That's a good read. Yeah, I do know who won. I just haven't seen the games yet. That's why we're watching it together. We'll just have a little chat about the games as they happen. So far, obviously there's been quite a lot of fortune on the side of Flipside that they're still not losing here. But you could also say that that's bad accuracy by NRG.
Was it just me, or did this series feel sloppy by both teams? Love the puppy.
NRG haven't been too sloppy just yet. I mean, so far they've been pretty clean defensively. I think that, you know, the hitting the post twice, that's definitely a misplay. You know, it's unfortunate that they didn't score either of these goals, but yes, it's a misplay as well. So inaccuracy, of course, was there. Positioning has just been a little bit, I would say, over aggressive for Flipside when they're moving forward. That's why they've not been able to maintain pressure pretty much at all this series. You don't want to move up too far, because if the ball does go a little bit out of reach, you're not going to be able to get behind it and hit it into the other team's half again. And Justin looking for a pass there. It would have been such a good play if he'd executed it. Look at this by Mystic. That's very well done. Oh, would this have gone past the whole team if he'd hit this? Okay, now Justin was there. But, wow, that was a pretty high-level play. Getting a ceiling shot into air dribble into flip reset, rebound. A null for a setup. By the way, Whale Horse, thanks for the 4-month Twitch Prime. How you doing? And the Golden Tornado 17, 5-month Tier 1. Welcome back to you as well. Much appreciated. Yeah, take note so far, the main difference, I'm just going to point it out again, is the stance of the third man in NRG versus Flipside here. NRG look pretty prepared for interceptions, pretty clear, pretty ready to get in the way of clear ball attempts, whereas Flipside do not. That's a really good bump attempt by Fireburner. Good idea. If you do want to become better at reading those clears and being a better third man, one of the most important things is just not driving too far up the field. I think a couple of Speed's biggest mistakes so far this match have been just moving up a tiny bit too far, and instead of hard clearing the ball, he has to do a soft awkward touch. Yeah, they did get pretty lucky. Flipside very lucky to be in an overtime here. Garrett just missing out on his flip reset. That should be a much better pass to Cuxer here from Midstick. Cux has done quite well to make something of it. Now, where is Mystic? Mystic's in a bit of an awkward spot here. There is surely a goal. Well, Cuck's just getting back in time. Flip side again. Pretty fortunate. Let's go back and watch this again, actually, because this is quite interesting. So, you might, you know, think to yourself, what's the biggest mistake here? The biggest mistake is actually, again, Speed is too far forward. He has gone, he's driven forward too far. See, if Speed is actually just a little bit further back here, maybe facing the right direction at the halfway line, he can attack this ball, and Flipside are going to keep the pressure up. But because he's gone too far forward, now he has to reverse back into position. He gets beat to the ball, and that's a second man play that Speed's just made. Cucks are not rotating out as fast as he could as well. It's worth mentioning. And all that means that Mystic is now 1v3. If Flipside concede here, you can't blame Mystic for that. You have to look at mainly Speed. Wonder why didn't he, or why was he pushed up so far and backwards when he could have just been forwards. But secondly, Cucks, why isn't he rotating out as fast as he could have? They get away with it though, because Cucks did just get there fast enough. But yeah, there's a long way to go. It's a best of 7. You don't want to, you know, be making too many crazy judgments on players. This is a very good shot by Speed. Half volley off the corner wall, but it just hits the crossbar. Golden Tornado, thanks for gifting sub to Jake the Dog 93. I appreciate that. Welcome, Jake the Dog. Flipside still playing like a very compact defensive style that's making them quite easy to pressure because they're all so close together in defense. They don't have much momentum to clear the ball with. Everybody's jammed up in one location. Back wall's been a little bit naked at times. Wait a minute. And that's just a goal. What has happened to NRG's third man? Where's Justin going here? Alright, so Justin actually thought Garrett G would make contact here. Garrett does not make contact. But I think you don't need to be that pushed up as Justin for sure. Let's see what happened to Garrett. Did he just miss? Looks like Garrett either missed or just got beaten to the ball, and Justin was assuming that Garrett was going to make a hit. Doesn't. And there you go, long shot in. That's like the first, or maybe the second real chance that Flipside have had all series. And they actually get it to count, and that's a 1-all. Not bad. We're just going to skip forward here because they take quite a long time between games. There we go, game 3. Yeah, Fireburner, it's the second pass that he's failed to connect with out wide. He's trying to pass to Garrett earlier, now Justin. Neither one making it to the player as intended. Yeah, Flipside could really, they could definitely spread out a bit more in defense. Get a bit more coverage towards their back post. Because I don't think they need to be as worried about near post shots as they are. They're all stacking up, and they're giving themselves chances to double commit basically. Because if you're close together in defense, it's hard to know exactly whose ball is whose. You know what ball to go for, what to leave for your teammates. You're so close together, you don't even have time to communicate. You don't have time to react to the situation. You just have to go on instinct. Yeah, you could easily see Flipside being 2-0 down right now. Instead, it is a tie series. Once again, there's just nobody quite that far or far enough back for Flipside, and they end up like fumbling the clear. Mystic almost in the right position, but he's trying to get into the position he should be in, and he ends up centering it for NRG. Getting pretty lucky here, actually, Flipside in defense, and that is wow. Okay. The shot from Mystic turning into an accidental bump. Are you serious? You are not. What? What? How does this not go in? Hello? What is happening in the Flipside defense? Are you kidding me? Oh, this has to be the peak of Rocket League competition. It's taken us all these years to get it. That is 4 players missing the ball. Then I make it another at least quadruple whiff. And then finally somebody hits it. Poor Garrett. Garrett is the only one here who's just sitting back and he's just looking at everybody else. He's like, yep, this is the lobby that I'm playing in. This happens at, this looks like a proper ranked game where you're just sitting back as third man and you're just watching everybody whiff and no way. Okay, this is actually going to be a goal, isn't it? Oh, a save. Hold on. Need to see this again. This game's gotten so interesting all of a sudden. All right, first things first. Let's look at perhaps a misplay by Justin. Actually, is the first thing. That is how this play starts. I wouldn't challenge here if I was Justin. It's pretty normal for 3v3 players at the pro level to make this challenge, but as you can see, Justin does not have backup here. He's completely alone. So if Mystic does dribble him, like so, there's not going to be anybody anywhere near Justin to pressure Mystic, and Mystic could just retake control of the ball and start to put threatening shots on net. Look at that save by Garrett though. Holy cow. Watch where Garrett comes in from. This is Garrett G going down the center of the field right now. You can see him entering the goal right there on the right hand side of your screen. And he just comes out in the middle and gets this gets this in and out save. Man, Garrett G absolutely popping off. If you're wondering like what the play would have been for Justin there, actually, when he was challenging Mystic, and you know I said that Justin probably shouldn't make this challenge, a fake challenge would be much better. Just driving up to Mystic, faking a challenge, turning around, and just like interfering with him as he tries to recatch the ball, because then even if he does retake control, he's not going to have a free run into the NRG goal. And what that does is it gives Fireburner a bit more time to position behind him. It's mainly a thing you're going to learn from 2v2 actually, when to not challenge, because if your teammate's like gone all the way back for boost, challenging in the opposition half is probably a misplay. Unless you're super confident that you're winning the ball. Like, there will be situations where you just know that you're getting there in time. It's better to just fake a challenge, stall, wait for your teammate to recover and be in a bit more of a useful position. A short review, Dignitas versus G2. Yeah, mate, we're just going to do this one today, because I've not seen this and I want to see the grand final. I heard it was a pretty crazy series. Nice shot by Speed. Let's back this up a little bit. These goals are actually quite interesting. Everybody on NRG kind of just getting caught out, moving up at the same time. This is the thing I wanted to see again, is watch Justin here. Just driving forwards, looking for small boost pads, looking to get on the end of a center ball, and then that bump by Speed onto Garrett has taken away Justin's backup, or at least the backup that he thought he had, just in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen there. Speed bumps Garrett, and that is why he has a free aerial. That's really, really sick off the ball play by Speed. While he's recovered and going for the bump, you might as well. There's no reason not to. There you go, free shot, free goal. T3 reviews later. Nah, not today. I'm not going to have time today. I have to just do this review and then maybe get a cast in. That's the plan for today's stream. Yeah, I'm watching this for the first time. I've not seen this before. So this is the first time I've seen it. I saw a couple of like highlights and a couple of clips, but the actual match start to finish, yeah, this is the first time I've seen it. Okay, wait, what just happened? Sorry, I looked at my chat and then something weird happened. Alright, so Fireburner had a little bit of inertia interfering with his takeoff there. That's why he doesn't get up the height that he wanted. Caesar RL, thanks to the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good one. Flipside are actually getting the ball out of defense a lot more easily now. And I would attribute that mostly to the fact that they're not bunched up so much. They're just giving each other a bit more space defensively. Really important to do. Obviously all over the field, but mostly in defense. You just need to give your teammates space in defense. Double commits are less likely to occur. Well, I mean, I say this and then there is literally a double commit right now. Because Mystic and Cucks are just not sure whose ball it is. They're like, is this mine? Am I supposed to go for this? Okay. Not the best shot there by Fireburn. I think he was a bit faster. He could have put that on target. Hey, Undercover Panzer, thanks to the Twitch Prime sub. Hope you're having a good day. Hey, and another one, Noodleman65, thanks to the Twitch Prime sub. You were saying earlier you thought it was weird seeing me live. Well, glad you get a chance to do that today. Hopefully it's not too much of a disappointment. Nice shot by Cucks. How is this actually just going in? Okay. Justin's defense has been a little bit lackluster today. Very autopilot-y. Justin just driving forward a lot of the time this game. Just driving up the field without really thinking why. That definitely could be improved on. Giles RL, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Not sure I'm a big fan of this by Speed. Was Speed going for a... Maybe he's trying to go for a pinch here. If he's trying to go for a pinch, then that's pretty good. It's totally fine. Oh my goodness, another one. Sorry, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. I really appreciate that. Cucumber Hunter, don't worry about it, mate. I'll catch you tomorrow. Yeah, the reason I'm saying I don't really like that from Speed is because it's literally just a pass to the other team. He could have just hit this softly and kept control of the ball, but he boomed it just for the sake of booming it. And once again, NRG should have scored to punish a Flipside misplay by, Flipside is giving away possession here. But they don't. They hit the bar. So it's, you can call this a bit unlucky. I mean, it is a bit unlucky for NRG that they're still not ahead here, but it's also very, very bad on the accuracy department. You need to be putting these shots on target if you're a team at NRG's level. Edward has 32, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub.
9 months and then I can joke about us having a baby.
You can, Varty Buddha. Thanks for the 8 months of tier 1 subbing. I appreciate it, man. Where did all these Twitch Prime subs come from? I never expect so many brand new Twitch Prime subs in a row. Don't realize how many of you have it available. That was cheeky by Garrett G. Almost catching somebody off guard. Speaking of which, Mikkel Sheard. Is it Sheard? Mikkel Sheard. Cheers for that. Oh. That would have been such a good shot. Oh, man. NRG guys so unlucky here. Look at this. Justin. That's brutal. This is like the... Now imagine Season 5 RLCS Grand Finals if Justin goes up for that equalizer on 0 seconds and it just hits the ground like this. Can you imagine how disappointing that would be? Oh. That would be so disappointing. But yeah, NRG's accuracy is plaguing them. I think they might be getting inside their own heads a little bit. They're starting to get disappointed, starting to put their heads down. I mean, if you're not hitting your shots, that's probably the one thing that's going to tilt you more than anything else in Rocket League. The missing opportunities, whether or not you consider them open nets or whatever. Justin's actually changed the car color here. He wants to switch it up. So is Fireburner. They both changed car color. Like, all right, blue and green is not working. Let's go blue and purple. Purple and blue. They were trying too hard to score. I'm not sure if I would give it that diagnosis. I think it was partly Justin being a little bit over-aggressive. I mean, the reason they're losing right now is partly because Justin's been a bit over-aggressive with his positioning when he's last man back. And, yeah, partly just not hitting their shots. They almost hit their shots, but almost hitting your shots doesn't count for anything. And you can see the frustration now. This is just, what is the point of challenging this ball if you're Fireburner? What is he trying to do? Let's just pause for a second here and think about what could happen. Okay, we can win the race to the ball and hit it off the near post. In that case, Garrett has a pretty tough decision to make. Does he move in for the shot or does he stay back? Or we could 50-50 with the first challenger on flip side as the second man for my team. That's not a good trade in my book. It's kind of like in chess where if you can trade like a really valuable piece of the opponent for a less valuable piece of your team, then you should. In Rocket League, the most valuable piece is your third man back, and your least valuable piece is the first man forward in attack. That's the guy that you don't really care about trading. If you're trading this guy, the first man forward in Rocket League, into a 50-50 with the other team's last man back, that's a great result for your team. Because a 50-50 is in essence a situation that could go either way. And if it's going either way and their last man back is the guy in the challenge, the other team have nobody backing him up. So if it goes well for your team, you're probably just scoring. If it goes badly for your team, it's only your first man forward that you've invested. You've still got 2 people behind him. Not a big deal. So that's why I don't really like this trade for Fireburner. He's 50-50ing with Flipside's first man into this position as a second man back. And not only that, he's going into the opposition corner to do it. So it's probably not going to result in a good pressure situation for NRG most of the time. And no surprise, we actually do see a complete turnover of pressure and then Flipside score. It's not that surprising when you think about it. And it all goes to that really, really careless challenge by Fireburner. No reason to make that challenge. He could just keep himself relevant in the game and then maybe follow up on this touch by Garrett. Right? That was really well explained. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. That's a great touch by Speed. But it all goes back to that careless challenge. We don't need to be pressuring every ball in 3v3. Sometimes, better to just say, hey, I'm too valuable. Me being relevant in the game is too valuable for my team to be attacking this ball against this opponent who's in a much more safe location for his team, and he's got more backup than I do. Better in that case to just fake a challenge and turn around. Great pass, Garrett G. Garrett G was just trying as the only man left in his team who was relevant to make something good of the situation. Didn't execute perfectly, but I care more about the strategical element. There's not really much to discuss when somebody mishits a ball. It's more like, yep, they're not hitting their shots. Fact. Yep, they're not hitting their passes. Fact, right? There's not really any discussion there. The discussion is more to do with like what the decisions teams are making. I was really impressed in game 1 and for the start of game 2 as well in NRG's like calculated aggression. They weren't throwing themselves forward. Okay, how does this go in? Yeah, they weren't throwing themselves forward at like a whole bunch of random positions. I think Speed just own goaled this. It's a little bit unfortunate for him. Wait, did Fireburner dunk this? He might have actually dunked this in. Okay, credit to Fireburner. He got another touch, that's for sure. So well played. Surprised the flip side weren't able to get that clear though. It looked like somebody should be there. One of the weirdest goals you've seen in league? What, you mean that goal that we just saw? There weren't too many weird goals this match so far. It was mostly just weird misses. They're going to release the replays 24 hours after the VODs are on YouTube. Are they going to release the replays for the matches that weren't streamed? Maybe I should stream those. I don't know if you guys want to see that. Hey, what up, Drake? Yeah, it's going pretty well. How about you? Oh, what pass. Well done. That's a great pass. Justin hardly had to move for this one. Look at this pass by Fireburner. It's just right on top of Justin's car, off the wall. It's beautiful. What a finish as well. Really nice execution. Naita, thanks for the 14-month tier 1. How are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I don't actually recall. Was this a 4-2? I think this is a 4-2. So there'll be 2 more games after this one if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2 more games. You rather watch the matches, me than alone? Fate, cheers for the kind words, mate. Glad to have you here today. It's a nice shot by Garrett G. What happened to flip side here? I want to back this up a little bit. Looks like Mystic just got ruined by Justin. Really nice recovery by Justin there. That's pretty sick, actually. Look at Justin's recovery here. Straight back up into position with no boost, and he somehow gets the flick over the top to Garrett. It's really well played. All right, see you later, Kay. Stream a TBD game and see how they play in Sam. I'm curious to see the TBD G2 series. Did TBD take any more than a game off anybody, or were they just losing 3-0 to everybody else? Again, I'm not sure. You're not too good at the moment. You got the flu. I'll get well soon, mate. At least you're off school, though. That's good news. Alright, so still quite a lot of barreling forward as NRG. Taking a few risks. They're putting themselves at risk of being counterattacked when they're willing to invest so many players onto the back wall at the same time. The back wall of their opponents, that is. Real risk of getting counterattacked. I don't know if I've even once seen Garrett G in that position all game. It's mostly been Fireburner and Justin. And that's not me hating on Dominus players. I just don't recall Garrett G barreling himself forward, taking himself out of the game too much. He's been quite calculated with his moves. And, you know, he has been in probably the entire history of Rocket League the most successful, I think. Or the most impressive 3v3 player from North America. One of the most impressive ever for Rocket League 3v3. And I think the best player to never win an RLCS. This game is just getting away from Flipside though. Okay, that's a chance. Okay, very nice demo by Garrett G on Cux to keep that a little bit safer. And that should just be the game now for NRG. This is a winning position for sure. Did I already do the Flipside T9? No, this is the first match I've watched on stream from the tournament. You're watching Novak Nadal on Twitch. For some weird reason, it didn't get taken down. So I see Floris in chat and ask him who he thinks will win WSOE. He says Flipside, and I'm like, nah. Wow, well, that's a story and a half. Floris with the beast predictions, apparently. Very impressive stuff. Yeah, what other series do you guys want to see get reviewed? I know that a lot of people have been asking for Flipside Cloud9 and Dignitas G2. Is that the only ones, or are there more? Are there more series? F3C9 Dig G2. Dig G2 TBH. Roshi, cheers to 250 bits, mate.
Do you think players Flowers their debut in tournaments like these have a slight advantage because the pros don't know their preferred play style as well as the veterans on the scene?
Debut in tournaments like these have a slight advantage. I don't think so. I don't think that there's much of an advantage by being a rookie at a LAN. I think that rookies who have done well at LANs in the past, I'm thinking Justin at RLCS Season 5, Speed at WSOE, they're just players who are really, really good in this environment. Like Justin, although he's very humble and very soft-spoken on his stream, he's a really, really confident guy. And you can tell by the way he plays that he's just got a ton of confidence. Like when somebody is racing him to the ball in the air, you know that Justin believes that he can beat that guy to the ball. That's all you need. You just need to be confident. And the same thing with Speed. He's actually always been a very confident player on LAN. Holy cow, what a touch. Oh my goodness, what a touch by Mystic. How did this go so far? We have to see this again. Look at this touch. Bang. Almost top corner. That would have been disgusting. But yeah, I was going to mention about Speed as well. A lot of people wouldn't be aware, but he's played 2 seasons. Or no, has he played 1 season actually? Was it just 1? No, it was 2 seasons, I believe. Was it 1 or 2? Oh well. He definitely played at least 1 whole season at the Gfinity Elite Series, which is a LAN in Europe for organizations. Some of them have been RLCS teams in the past. Some of them have been RLRS teams. Some of them are just Gfinity Elite Series only. Okay, now Justin, you come on, mate. Right, we've been talking about NRG consistency on their shooting all day today. That is a caster shot. What was that? What is this? But yeah, anyway, back to Speed. He has played on LAN quite a few times, and he's looked very confident on LAN. And he looked very, very strong. So seeing him do well in a LAN environment is not a surprise to me in the slightest. Seeing him do well in a team with Kux and Mystic, yes, that is surprising. I didn't think that he was going to do this well with Kux and Mystic. They look very, very solid together. The only thing that I really had to base that opinion on was, you know, how Yukio initially struggled to play his absolute best under pressure with Kux and Mystic. They just weren't gelling as well together as they were near the end of their time as teammates. Hey, Chuck, thanks for 100 bits. Fuse, thanks for the Prime sub. Appreciate that, guys. Yeah, we're all tied up here. 2-all. NRG seem to have learned their lesson about not throwing themselves forward at the same time. At least they're looking a bit more spread out here, but we'll see if that continues all the way through this game. And look how much more spread out Flipside are in defense. They're not bunching up and all grouping up for the same save like they were before. It seems like as this series has gone on, the teams have loosened up a little bit. They're not playing anywhere near as nervously as they were at the start. We're seeing, as a result, a lot more back and forth with hard hits because players are getting a bigger run up on the ball. They're getting more space to pick their spot. And when you've got both those things combined, you get a lot of end-to-end boomers because people are thinking, well, I could just boom this. And then the opponents think, yep, I could boom it as well. So that's what's going to happen. We're just going to keep booming at each other. Love that pass from Kux. That is a really good pass. Let's just rewind real quick. So Kux doesn't boom the ball. Okay, noteworthy because there's been pretty much solid boomers for the past 3 minutes. He doesn't boom the ball. He actually passes the ball to himself, chases after it. And if he'd boomed this, Garrett would have been closer to the ball than Kux. So really smart not to boom it. And then he decides to pass it off the ceiling. Very, very awkward read for Fireburner. And Fireburner doesn't get the read. actually would have whiffed this. Luckily for him, so did Speed. But that is a setup that's going to be easier to follow up on as an attacker, so it's really smart to go for. Okay, it's a little bit excessive. Right, if we've stretched out our positioning a little bit as NRG, which we clearly have, we're not, you know, all going into the offensive corner at the same time and getting taken out of the game. You can't be going for aerials like this. Where are we flying from? What continent did Fireburner take off in? Thinking that he's going to get to that ball first. Like, there are, of course, situations where Fireburner can get to that ball first, one of them being if Mystic has no boost, but how often is Mystic going to have no boost there? The majority of the time? I don't think so. Chuck, thanks for another 151 bits, and cheers for 100 from Slavoyak. He says, how about a show match between Jesse and Sizz? I would love that. US East, Jesse versus Sizz. What do you guys think? Sizz is US West and Jesse's Europe. US East is in between. Another good slow play by Cox. He seems like he's been the player who's most willing to slow down the game. Garrett's actually going to counter with a dribble of his own. I feel like this game could be decided. Whoa, that demo by Mystic was just in the nick of time. I was going to say, I feel like this game could be decided by a slow play. It's just been constant back and forth boomers. Whiffed by Fireburner. It looks like he ran out of boost just before he reached the ball. Nice little 50 there, though. And he doesn't dive in for a pointless... I love that by Fireburner. Okay, this is a really big change. Like, Fireburner maybe even 2 or 3 minutes ago would probably have just flown off the wall here and tried to get a 50-50. But he's actually realized now, what's the point? How often am I getting a block there? How often is going for a block here even helpful for my team? Might not even be helpful. I'll probably just block the ball and it'll go over to Speed. Big deal. So he actually doesn't. He resists the urge to jump off the wall and go for a pointless block, and now he's in a useful position. So massive props there to Fireburner. That could have very easily been a goal if he shot it better. And it all started by just not rushing a play, not just going in for a block because he can, which is something he's been doing quite a lot this series, actually. So he manages to fix that little leak in his gameplay. Garage kind of figured out that Fireburner's touch could be weak there, so he's just lurking in front of him, hoping to add something to it so it's not as easy for Flipside to pounce on. Flipside are starting to get a lot of chances, and that is actually just wide open. Justin again at the back, not respecting the shot enough. And that has been a problem for pretty much this entire series, except game 1 where they weren't really receiving long shots. You know, if you're last man back there, if you're the last guy covering the goal, you can't be driving around looking for boosts. You can't be, you know, accelerating forward for no reason. You kind of just have to stay back sometimes, accept the fact that you're not going to have boost at times during a Rocket League game. Let's see if there's any more goals here before I read this question in chat. Okay, there we go. Another goal for Speed, but, you know, it's already 0 seconds for Flipside. Fireburner with a whiff in defense. Like I said earlier, these high center balls are harder for the goalkeeper. So really nice placement by Mystic. Alright, let's see. What do you think it says getting 600 subs yesterday? That's awesome. I'm really happy for it. That's so cool. In tennis, if it's doubles, we have high five, fist bump, whatever, if you want to do after every point, no matter what, win or lose. In Rocket League, all teams only do this if they score a goal, never when they concede. Thoughts on this, and if it would boost morale if they did it no matter what it scored. Draco, I think you're onto something there. I mean, there's nothing worse than when you concede than when you can just tell that your teammates are disappointed, right? Why not just like picking yourselves back up, like trying to be positive in that situation is really important, either by saying something or by doing something. And a fist bump is a pretty good way to do it, so you don't have to say anything, you just do automatic. Yeah, I would like that. It would also look really funny though, you know, it looks kind of funny if like a team just own goal in Rocket League, then they're just like fist bump, fist bump. I kind of want to see that. I swear the Aussies did that once, didn't they? Like they own goal and they were like, "You're insane, mate! Oh my goodness, how do you do that? What a shot!" And they were just like hyping each other up for an own goal. I think it was Shady. He's like, "I'm too good." It was amazing. Such a good clip out of context. You feel like they've scored a sick goal. It's actually just an own goal. Alright, why is that not a pass, Justin? Why is this not a pass? Here we have a little blue car called Fireburner lurking around about the halfway line. I reckon if we just drill the ball straight forward into that position, just, you know, maybe you guys can see my mouse, right? Put it like round about here. Fireburner's going to do something much better than what we just did with this touch. So, yeah, we definitely need to be passing a little bit more. There's 2 hits from Justin that didn't really have much thought put into them. Oh, Garrett G also failing the a lot shot. Anyone have a link to the Tainted Minds clip? I don't know where it is. Maybe somebody can find it. Can anybody find the Tainted Minds clip? It is hilarious. It's very, very funny. Alright. Justin going high this time. Mystic ready for the back wall defense. Very impressed with how Flipside adapted their defense throughout this series. They look so much more ready to intercept whatever NRG are going to do now. And the reason for that is that they're not bunching up in defense. They're not like queuing up to make saves. They're not putting 3 people inside the goal. They're actually spreading out and having somebody ready to go up for a high ball if the ball does go high. Having somebody ready to go up on the back wall if the ball does go there. That's a big, big improvement mid-series. Oh! That was close. How did Justin have so much space here? Alright, speed whiffs. Midstick gets it past Garrett, but not past Justin. Or not past Fireburner. Ah, okay. Yeah, this is actually the reason why there's so much space here is because Cucks goes aggressive. Midstick is out of the game at this point. Speed is recovering and looking for boost, and Cucks goes in the aggressive. Yeah, probably not the right play there. Same thing as I was discussing earlier. Do you want to trade your second man for the other team's first man? Not a good idea. You don't want to trade or take on even trades in Rocket League. And even if a 50-50 or a contest is in the air, it's still the same, in my opinion. You don't want to make those trades if they're bad trades. Nice little pass there. I like the speed's also going on the outside. Unexpected. Justin wants to try and keep control here. That's actually much better. He does get the pass towards Fireburner this time. He didn't want to lose control of that and give it straight to Flipside because it would have been very dangerous. Go on. Get the double. Okay. Wanted to put that high, but was pretty tough to keep power on that. Starfield, the question, do you think Speed is playing so well because it just had no expectations and Flipside will flop in league play? Yeah, like being an underdog does play a big deal. Like it does help a lot. Will I do Twitter prediction game for next RLCS as well? Yeah, I suppose we might as well. Nobody's ever done it right. I think I came the closest. I got the furthest on into a day without making any mistakes. I was 5 series and 2 games into the 6th series of the day and still correct. Wow. Oh my goodness. How is this the goal? How is this the first goal? Fireburner just missed the ball. Garrett G just missed the ball. Justin just missed the ball. Look at the faces of NRG. Fireburner had no boost and he whiffs. Garrett just completely whiffs for no reason. Justin's getting pressured by Cucks. Oh dear. Yeah, I know Cucks is attempting the bump, but it still looked like Justin just whiffed. Wow. Yeah, I know Justin did get away from Cucks though. Justin had like obviously the most reason to whiff there. I don't know how on earth Garrett whiffed. Now Speed's popped off. I'm not going to lie, I thought Speed was going to do more. Speed's played a really solid series, but I don't think this has been him carrying at all. Maybe he carried more in like the C9 series, but this series has been pretty even by all 3 members of Flipside, actually. I think they just played a really solid team play. Or they played more solid as a team. It's not really been the Speed carry in the grand finals. Is the Speed... so C9, Speed was mad versus C9, okay. On the first day. This game, I'm super impressed with Flipside overall. They just look like... At the start of this game, or the start of this series, they looked very cagey. What is Cox doing here? Why? Why does this always happen for Flipside? How does this happen? Mystic has looked insanely good throughout the past 3 weeks. Yeah, Mystic's looking very, very clean this series, actually. I don't know why on earth Cox is going out for this. For so long as well. Like, fair enough. If you both jump, and then you have to... like go back down because you realize your teammate's going for it, but Cox just keeps on flying. He's like, yeah, whatever, double commit, let's do it, double the chance for success. But yeah, I've been very impressed with how Flipside adapted their defense this series. They stopped getting bullied, they stopped getting their boost stolen all the time just by spreading out a little bit more. The other weakness, if you're all stacked up in one spot in defense, is that you're probably going to be looking for the same boost pads as your teammates are. And then you're going to be boost starving each other. I like that fake attempt by Garrett G. It just doesn't work out though because Mystic's going to ball chase straight through the middle. Yeah, biggest problem for NRG for sure has been that, like, the killer instinct hasn't been there. Where have the shots been? Like, the finishes, they've just not been anywhere to be seen. The Mystic's getting so hyped up now. Yeah, Garrett G just didn't catch enough of that ball. He wanted to get more of it, didn't get it. Mystic bangs it in. No, I'm not a Flipside manager. It's last event that I worked with Flipside was, what was it? I feel like it was RLCS season 3, I think. Yeah, Flipside did really well shutting down NRG offense. NRG got, okay, well, the way that I see this series developing, NRG at the start were just super comfortable. Flipside are stacking up in defense. NRG are able to do whatever they want because Flipside are just not spreading out in defense very well. They keep double committing. They keep on wasting their boosts. So NRG can just do whatever they want. Comfortable stuff. Then they miss a couple of shots because the crossbar and the post are making saves for Flipside, and NRG are like, huh? What? And they didn't like shake that off in time before Flipside started actually playing well. And then beyond that, there was frustration from NRG. Did Fireburner have a flip reset here? I feel like this is a flip reset that he didn't use. But yeah, there's frustration from NRG. They're just barreling forward, taking themselves out of the game. I think Fireburner has his flip here. No, yeah, I think he did. He actually jumped. He tried to dodge, but he just jumped up. But yeah. Frustration from NRG. Bad accuracy. Flipside, meanwhile, managed to really turn around their defense. They started trusting each other a lot more. And also, yeah, Justin has to play better as third man. He just has to.
Show me your nose, baby.
This was a very, very poor third man performance from Justin. That's going to be 5-0, isn't it? Yeah, 5-0. Easy as you like. Nice snipe by Cux off the curve. Perfect placement. This last game, everybody in NRG has been pretty all over the place. You can see that they've given up quite a while ago. Ward up, cheers to 1,000 bits. I appreciate that. You're rank 1 bitter for the week now. DC9, trust me, it's a short series. I don't have time today, unfortunately. I'll do that. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Flipside versus C9 if you guys are interested in that. Maybe we'll do G2 versus Dig the day after. Man, you can't not be happy for Flipside though. Mystic and Cux. Cux actually putting this one in. Mystic and Cux have had to go through a lot together. Frankie K, cheers for 2 years of Twitch Prime subbing. Welcome back, mate. And yeah, massive.
Nice to see more live streams, dude.
Massive performance by Speed as well. I mean, when I said earlier that I thought he was going to carry more, that's just because everybody said speed. Watch Speed this series. When I'm not saying at all that. Also, what is this? What is this little ceremony here? What? What's happening? Yeah, Garrett mad? Is Garrett mad? Hold on, I need to see this. Where was Garrett mad? Is he mad? I think he's just frustrated. I don't know if he's mad, but I was super impressed by Cox and Mystic as well in this series. They actually stepped up. They could actually play a lot better than this. This is the interesting thing. This was not even close to the best they could play. I know they could do better than this, but they made their touches count a lot more. NRG didn't make their touches count as much as Flipside did. A lot of pointless touches. I think Garrett G had a couple of moments in this series where he looked very impressive. And he looked like he was playing a pretty smart series. Justin's got to improve his last man back positioning. I think Fireburner maybe needs to be a little bit more selective of what balls he goes for in attack. The moments where I was impressed by Fireburner is when he didn't rush in like a headless chicken and just try and rush the ball. When he actually slowed down, calculated his options, played like he can, like played his style. I was more impressed. Yeah, huge performance by Speed. That's insane. Has there been any other, like, this is kind of like when Over0 came in and won season 1. You know, this is sort of that amount of craziness. Except this is even more depth of talent. on this this lineup. What is this? Is this the winner's ceremony? What is happening here? I don't understand. I don't know what is going on. Now we're not doing Marble Monday today, I'm afraid. There is a loser's interview. Oh, you're not serious.
Here's the thing. Like Speed talks about being an adrenaline junkie, right? We're like, where do you feel the pressure? And he's like, that's
all right.
my guy.
Blah 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 blah. Desk. Bass.
Hey Johnny, rate my keybinds. I bet you've never seen this.
Rate your keybinds. All right, let's see what this is. You guys can see this, can't you? Yeah, you can. Drive forward. Okay, these are not actually your keybinds, are they? Nah. Mixmaster Mark, cheers to the 3 quid, by the way. Right, we got drive forward on right click. Drive backwards on E. Okay. What? Why? This is not. Nah. Steer right, steer left, both on mouse X. This is not true. No way. Nah. Mouse X, what this means, by the way, guys, is that he steers by moving his mouse left and right. I ain't buying that for a second, and I also can't be bothered watching these loser interviews. I'll show you what steering right and left with the mouse looks like. I've tried this before. Check this out. Yeah, you can post a shady goal with Sabi. You can post that right now in the chat if you want. Yeah, go ahead. Let's look at the shady goal where Tainted Minds were super excited about their own goal. Wait a second, let me get this. Trying to click on it. Okay, here we go. Right. Cloud9, Tainted Minds. Let's get this up on screen. Here we go.
Every opportunity counts. This is one of them, and their CJ gets turned away by Screen.
So now Gimmick will
What?
try to kill off the remainder of this.
Oh yeah, here.
Seconds.
Bang.
Shot off the mark, but he gets a
look
little help from his
at
enemy.
Shady.
And it's a 3-1 lead.
Look at Shady in the top right. I'm gonna play this again. Absolutely amazing. Watch this.
So now Gimmick will try
Check
to
out
kill
the
off
face cams on the
remainder
right hand
of
side of the
20
screen.
seconds. His shot off the mark. He gets a little help from his enemy, and it's a 3-1 lead.
Oh, it's amazing. It's even better when you can hear the comms. Did they do the comms, the replay at the end of the game? I swear the replay has to be in this at some point. It's so funny. Is this it here? Yeah, this is it. Watch.
Yeah. Tough. It is now.
I'm so good. I'm so good.
That's fine. That's fine.
You got
Oh, it's so funny. I love it.
Right
It's
here.
off. It's not anymore.
Yeah. I'll try and turn.
Yeah.
I want to get beat.
I'm in their corner.
Yeah.
That's
Tough. It is now.
I'm so good. I'm so good.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, that's got to be one of my favorite clips from RLCS. It's so funny. Oh, Tainted Minds. That roster's staying together this year as well. It's gonna be great. They're sticking together. Okay, right. Just so you guys can have an idea of how nonsensical that suggestion
Whoops,
is, that you can
butterfly
steer
game.
with
Enjoyed the free money.
mouse X. If you want to try this yourself, just go to keyboard and mouse, click on steer right, and then it'll tell you to press any button to bind. Just move your mouse to the right, and then they'll both change to mouse X. Alright, you ready for this, boys? Let's go around in free play and try and score a goal while steering like this. Okay. Oh my goodness, there's absolutely no way. Oh, I have to keep on dragging. Oh no. Okay, hold on a second. I can still reverse. Oh, it's so hard. How do we? Okay, we'll go this way. I'm not gonna accelerate. I'm just gonna boost. Come on, turn. Car, we need to. Oh my goodness, I'm literally dragging my mouse across the mouse pad and we can't turn fast enough. It's just not enough. There we go. We'll do this. That's what we're gonna turn around. I can do this, so watch this goal. Bang. There we go. Ah, you're right. Champ 1 with steer left and right. Turn up sensitivity. Even still. As if that's going to help. How do I turn up the sensitivity? Steering sensitivity? Right.
Swinging by
Oh, there we go.
from YouTube.
Wait.
Some funding for your great
Wait.
scripts.
I don't think it works.
I really enjoy your MN5K and
Sick.
about all of your videos for that matter.
I don't think that steering sensitivity does anything for the... Oh my goodness. For the keyboard. Come on, I'm trying to steer to the right here. Go right. There we go. We're getting off the wall. Mouse sensitivity? Is there a mouse sensitivity control? I didn't see one. Oh! Okay, it was at 10 before. Okay, yes, now we're in business. I've still missed. It's still really, really hard. Imagine if this is how you air rolled as well. Oh. Alright, if anybody did hit Champ 1 with this, I would be so impressed. Tony2104, thanks to the Prime sub. Papa Napa, thanks to the Tier 2, 16 months. Welcome back. And Yatubsy, thanks to 6 month Prime. Nice little misclick there. Yeah, give this a go yourself, guys. This is how we're steering right now. Wait, I wonder if I can show you how I'm steering, because I'm sure somebody doesn't understand what is happening right now. Let's point this at the mouse. Here we go. Okay, hand cam. I know. Get excited. We boost with the left click, and then we're steering by this. There we go. Excellent. Clean the floor. Like the floor is clean enough. Leave me alone. The floor is fine. Why is this now making a little mark? Has this little floaty mark been here the whole time? Oh no, we've got a floaty mark now.